What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We in with another episode. With me today, we got Stack City, we got Brown, we got Friday. What's going on, y'all?
I'm good with you.
Man, same old, man, same old. You know, we talking a little fantasy football today, and in today's episode, we're gonna be discussing a few of the top deep sleepers. I know everybody, has their list of sleepers that everybody knows about. Today we're gonna talk about some people that you might not be that familiar with, but you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make you familiar with them today. Hey, what you got for me, Friday? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I hope you guys are.
Can't complain, man. How you feeling, Stack City?
I'm good, man. As long as Friday's good, I'm good.
I am.
Yeah, he's looking good over there. He's looking good over there.
He's good.
What's going on with you, Brian?
What's happening? I'm good, man. I'm ready to rock. Let's kick this thing off.
All right, let's do it. All right, deep sleepers. All right.
Hey, Friday, I thought you was gonna keep that character up the whole show.
I was gonna try, man. I couldn't do it.
Man, you gotta make it good for TV, bro.
Hey, look, man. Hey, yo, I used to grow up in a neighborhood where my family was smoking drugs, and that's how they looked at, like when after they take a hit.
Yeah.
They just be beaming. You know what I'm saying? As big as that.
I grew up on the south side of the Trey folks, so I'm familiar.
I would just be like tripping off this. They'd just be zooted. I just think it was so. It wasn't funny, but it was kind of funny.
I'm trying to figure out
let's go ahead and jump back into it, people.
Let's go.
All right, so my first sleeper of the night, and you guys probably heard of this guy. Plays for the Arizona Cardinals. He is tight end for the Cardinals. All right, his name is, drum roll please, Trey McBride. And the reason he's one of my sleepers is because
Vaughn and Frozen.
That's bad.
Hey man, something going on, man. Something going on. He got a delay or something. Somebody got a delay.
It's me. It's my signal. But I'm gonna go McBride is my first one just because of opportunity. Right, he's got a bunch of small receivers on the outside, and he's the biggest guy on the team, one of the biggest receivers on the team. He's 6'3". He's a big target for Tune or Kyler Murray, whoever's going to be throwing it to him.
Who's going to be quarterback in Arizona this year until Kyler Murray get back?
It looks like it's going to be Clayton Tune. He's a rookie quarterback. Got a decent size arm. Got a good size, and we all know a rookie quarterback's best friend is the tight end. And so last year he had 29 catches, 265 yards, 1 touchdown, and he is one of 6 rookie tight ends that have 10 catches in the game. So
he had a week, didn't he? Was it a couple?
One week. He had a crazy week. Yeah,
he had a week. I know he had a week.
Sleeper number 1 for me.
All right. Who's next?
Go ahead, Friday.
My sleeper, and it's not so as deep as a sleeper as as yours is, Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, he's on a new team this year. Got traded from the Jets, and everything that I've heard out of minicamp so far is that he's been kind of playing the role of wide receiver number 1, even over an Amari Cooper. Mm-hmm. So, and that guy is Elijah Moore from the Browns.
Okay, it's a good bounce back candidate for this year. I like the situation that he's in, and the quarterback throwing to him.
Mm.
Yeah,
most definitely.
What about you, bro?
Let me see. My first one, man, I was going a lot deeper than what I've been hearing. Let me get one that's like relatively on the radar. I'm gonna go with John Mechie, the wide receiver for the Texans. Because I mean, he's the guy that was, he missed all of last year. I think he had leukemia or some form of cancer or something like that, and so he missed all of last year. But that probably wasn't a bad thing because Davis Mills, that first year that Davis Mills had was kind of a mirage, and he kind of showed itself last year. So, I mean, coming in with the young kid, the new rookie draft pick quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this would be a nice little match for him. And so Mechie, he doesn't really have a lot of competition down there. I feel like Nico Collins down there, they got a couple kids, but I feel like Mechie with his pedigree, coming out in this high draft capital, I feel like he can be like a splash this year, with an offense that's probably going to be trailing. But they got Damian Pierce, so they're going to try to run the ball, but they really ain't got no offensive line. So I feel like they're going to be having to throw a lot. And I feel like Mechie is going to be the recipient of a lot of those targets. And like I said, a lot of people sleeping on him just because of, he was missing last year. Yeah. And he didn't get drafted this year. And so he's kind of flying under the radar. He's going to, take him like, last week in the draft. I'm like,
yeah, he's going to pop. He's definitely one of those guys that can make some noise this year. Who's your guy, Stack?
My first one is a deeper of a sleeper than the ones y'all have named so far. It's a rookie, so especially a guy I especially like if you're in the Dynasty League. Right. So for my first one, I'm gonna go with it's a guy my guy Brown picked up and then dropped. I said I wanted him. I still got him though in our Dynasty League. A.T. Perry. And I've been a fan of his. He's with the Saints now. I've been a fan of his since he was at Wake Forest. Big guy, big play guy, 6'5", 210, 215, with a 4.4 40. His last 2 years at Wake Forest, he had over 150 catches, over 2,200 yards, over 25 touchdowns. He's a rookie, and I know they got Chris Olave and Michael Thomas and Rashid. But I don't trust Michael Thomas to stay healthy. You know what I mean? So I think he's next in that role, in that Michael Thomas role. Extremely athletic. It's not many that's as big and as fast and can jump with him. A little bit of a knock on his hands as far as dropping balls, but I think the potential is there, definitely, especially like a little deeper into his career, possibly this year if Thomas doesn't last. He kind of started out slow in training camp, but he's starting to come into his own now. He's starting to get more comfortable, coming to his own. And I just like him. Whenever you get a guy that's 6'5" with a 4.4 40 and can jump, strong, and has a track record of scoring, coming out of college, and they're behind the guy who played a similar role, and that guy is on his last legs and not healthy very much. I like those type of guys. So I'm gonna go with A.T. Perry from the Saints for my first one.
Nice. He's got to have a few things go his way. I know they got the guy last year, Rashid Shaheed, if I'm not mistaken. Is that his name? Yep. Yeah.
I think you mentioned him.
Yeah, he showed up.
I like him better. I think talent wins out though, and I know talent is subjective. So it's in the beholder sometimes. Right. I think he's more talented than Rashid, and I think if Thomas doesn't stay healthy like he has in the past 3 or 4 years. I think his opportunity going. That's why I say I like him better if you're in a dynasty league.
Yeah. That's definitely. I like that one. All right.
I like those.
Round number 2. What's that?
I like those.
Oh yeah. All right, round 2. Solid. Round 2.
Round 2 and fight.
My next sleeper, and this is a guy that you might have heard of. Right? Okay. Last year, he played for the New Orleans Saints, and now he plays for the Denver Broncos. And we got, drumroll please, Marquez Callaway.
Oh, and that's a super deep one.
Super deep. And here's why. He last year, he was they drafted Olave, and he got pushed down the depth chart. New coaching regime down the depth chart. The year before that, he was the de facto number one with Michael Thomas getting hurt, and he ended up having 46 catches, 698 yards, and 6 touchdowns. That was 2021, right? And I think that was Sean Payton's last year in New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken, or second to last year, or somewhere close to the end. But he's back, reunited with Sean Payton, right? And the Denver wide receiver corps is very, very ambiguous right now. They got a ton of injuries. They've got guys that they don't know if they want to trade or keep. So I feel like there's some opportunity for the taking that Marquez Callaway has shown in the preseason. I think they played in the third preseason game, which is known as the dress rehearsal.
Right.
He showed up with Jameis Winston. He caught like 3 balls, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, the talent is there. And, when talent meets opportunity, you got yourself a sleeper.
Hold on. Let me push back a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, I know this is not like a debate type thing, but what happened to him? Who was the number 2 last year in New Orleans? And what happened to Callaway? Did he get hurt last year? Because I didn't hear anything.
He played, but he wasn't a favorite of the coaching staff, right? His playing time was minimal. So they had Callaway, they had Traquan Smith.
They played those guys over Callaway.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
I guess they felt like him and Olave were like, the Spider-Man pointing.
Gotcha.
One of those deals. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I like him, man. I like him. Who you got for us with your pick number 2?
Go
ahead, Bob. Yeah.
So a guy I have for my sleeper number 2, and then y'all going deep in y'all sleeper bags, but these are guys who I look on the waiver wire, and they are not highly rostered. And my second sleeper is somebody who I went out. I seen him yesterday at Fan Fest in Charlotte, and
inside info.
DJ Shark, man. DJ Shark, man. He is
been
the guy. Like, I think overall, I think that
well-known sleepers.
So
you got some well-known sleepers.
Yeah, they some well-known sleepers, but he's like, whenever you talk about picking up a guy, you wanted to be a number 1 guy. I think in Detroit last year, he was like the number 3rd or 4th option.
But like, you're right though. If he's not highly rostered, then he qualifies.
Yeah.
That's a sleeper.
He wasn't really on there. I think he's getting a second. Like now, he had a great stint his first couple years in Jacksonville, but like he kind of fell off. And his stint in Detroit was not a successful one. But I seen him yesterday out there for the Panthers, and he was the guy. He's the big play guy, no doubts about it. Adam Thielen, I think he's going to be very much in the same role that he was in Minnesota, just a support guy. DJ Shark is essentially going to be the Carolina Panthers' Justin Jefferson, no doubts about it. And I think he's going to get the majority of the big plays for sure. DJ Shark, second sleeper.
Great pick. I like it. He looked good, man. He was the man in Jacksonville before he got hurt. He was the man.
Yeah, he was boom or bust in Detroit, and a lot more bust than boom.
Who's your second one, Steve?
Second one. Let me see. You can do. Let me see which one we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with. I went with a wide receiver on the last one. I'll just go with Malik Davis on this one for the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like Tony Pollard. First of all, he's a speedster, so he kind of reminds me of a scat back. You know what I mean? And secondly, he's coming off of an injury. So, and last year, like despite like all his success, and he was a successful running back. He's like a big play guy. He'll shoot through that gap, but all around the goal line, it was always Zeke. You know what I mean? Zeke. So, I feel like Malik Davis actually played pretty well also, when he got his chances. So I feel like feel like he could pop, you know, in that offense. I feel like that offense is set up for a running back to succeed because it's a decent offense. And I feel like you got to have like somewhat of a banger in that offense too. So I feel like it's only a matter of time before he could probably, you know, push. He's gonna push Tony Pollard for carries, and you'll be able to start him probably as a flex. Mm-hmm. And if Tony Pollard was to get hurt, like, you might have a league winner. You know what I mean? So I like Malik Davis out of Dallas.
Nice, good pick. I got him in a couple of leagues, stash just in case. Plus, plus Pollard coming off that major injury, so
right.
Ring the alarms.
I'd be shocked if they don't re-sign Zeke, honestly. But for right now, Malik Davis, you know, he's the guy. He'd be right there in line. So yeah, we'll see.
Who's your second pick, Zach?
I got another deep sleeper. Like these guys, my sleepers are guys to be drafted. If you're in like y'all ever been in leagues where like 18 to 20 plus teams?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like my guys these sleepers are guys you only draft if you're in leagues like that. Otherwise, you know what I mean, you might be able to hold off on them a little bit. Unless you really like them and want to pick them up. Mm. But my next sleeper, and I said this one in our chat was gonna be my sleeper. He was before I got sniped for him. But Kene Nwangu, running back for the Vikings. Yeah, I just don't trust Alexander Mattison as my number one. You know what I mean? He's had injuries. If he was my number one, I just wouldn't feel good about it. There's probably gonna be a running back by committee out there. Nwangu is 1B to Alexander's 1A with the 1A opportunity if there's an injury. But he's 6'1", 210, 4'3", 40 guy. He was a return specialist. This is going into his third year. He hasn't had much of an opportunity out the backfield. But Dalvin Cook's gone now. Mm-hmm. And now with Dalvin Cook gone, short of the Vikings signing one of those big free agents that's out there, there'll be an opportunity. By all accounts, it looks like he's in line for RB2 right now, although Todd Chandler has a shot at it as well. But I like him as a deep sleeper, RB2 guy with running back committee potential in the Vikings backfield. So I'm gonna go with Kene Nwangu as my deeper number 2.
I think you went with him and you talked all that smack about Madison because he's on my team, specifically in the Dynasty League.
Oh, is he? Yeah. I wasn't aware.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to respectfully disagree because Madison has been healthy the past few years. He's just been playing behind the superstar.
He's injured right now, Vaughn. He's literally injured.
He's injured right now, but he's been healthy. He's been healthy the last few years. He's been healthy.
He's literally injured right now.
They've been saving him. Up,
right.
Man. They've been letting him bake in the oven. He about to explode.
Is this one of those? Oh, okay. So do y'all remember? I think last week did we talk about Kenny Walker and Zach Charbonnet? Like Charbonnet came off that thing today, and so everybody thought it was going to be like a nice term injury. I feel like some of these coaches are holding running backs back because they not trying to get them exposed to hits in like camp. So this could be a situation like that, but I feel like it's definitely that with Charbonnet because I feel like that was Pete Carroll. He had they just made something up, and so he's back. You know, he's back in there right now. Like so I don't know.
I still don't like Alex as my RB1.
Right. Yeah.
On my team, if I have an NFL team.
Well, I mean, you gotta play the cards that you're dealt, and I think Madison's gonna have a good year this year.
He got opportunity.
He does.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Exactly.
as a running back fantasy, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I like potentially Nwangu as the Lightning to Madison's Thunder.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, we'll go ahead and move on to our third round of Deep Sleepers. And my third guy, he has been bounced around the league a little bit. Last year he played with the Dolphins. I think this year is going to be one of his best opportunities. And he's playing with an elite quarterback, a top 3 quarterback. And my guy is wide receiver Trent Sherfield for the Buffalo Bills.
Gotcha.
And here's why he's my pick. I feel like he can go as high as number 2 on the depth chart behind Diggs, maybe even number 1. Diggs is out. He got an extra work with Josh Allen.
What now?
He could go as high as number 1, man. You never know if Diggs gets traded or something. If he demands a trade, you know how those things go, man. But yeah, if something happens to Diggs, Gabe Davis, he's got the talent, but he's not consistent at all. Right, and Sherfield was rated as the highest rated blocking receiver last year, and that's going to get you on the field, man. That's going to get you on the field. And then with his catching ability, last year he finished with what was that? He didn't get a lot of catches playing behind Tyreek and Jalen. He was like 4th on the totem pole for targets. And then when, Tua went down, it was all heck just broke loose. But point is opportunity, and the guy's talented, and, there's some more wide receiver ambiguity there. And I like Sherfield this year.
Tight.
Like it.
Tight.
What you got? Who's your number 3, Bob?
My number 3 is a guy who is actually going to kind of coincide with Steve's number 2. Like Steve, I don't believe. I think the Tony Pollard. He's been great. He's been explosive, but he's also been the guy. He's been expected to be the big play guy. He's a 10, 15 carry guy. He's used to that amount of production, and now that production is going to be ramped up, I'm not sure how durable he'll be. With that being said, from everything that I hear or that I've seen and heard and seen out of the Cowboys camp, the guy who's just running with the same type of Tony Pollard type of explosion and pop has been Deuce Vaughn.
Little Deuce. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard he's been like a little bowling ball out there. He's highly motivated. I believe his dad is on the coaching staff.
Yep.
And I think that he is poised to have a much bigger role than just sitting on the bench. So I think he'll be their big play guy. I think he'll actually be their RB number 2 and a great flex option once the season gets started. So yeah, my third sleeper pick is Deuce Vaughn.
My only pushback with that is I feel like you said, he's similar to Pollard. So I feel like he could have like that. I feel like he might be able to take that RB1 role if Pollard was to get hurt. But I feel like they're gonna want like a banger in that 2 spot. You know what I mean? So but I feel like he, like you said, he's much better. Like I feel like his upside is much higher than my guy Davis. But I feel like they just got that Pollard. You know what I'm saying? That Pollard. That's that same type role. Yeah. So his upside crazy though.
Quiet as kept. People are really into Deuce Vaughn right now.
Oh yeah,
out there.
He looks good, man. He's a nice little Darren Sproles type, and we all know what Darren Sproles was in his prime.
Hiding behind that line.
Yeah, and then
that's how you do it.
That massive line.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that one. Who you got for us, Steve?
Man, next one. Let's see. Who can we go with? I want to keep changing positions. So I'll just go back to wide receiver. I'm gonna go with Ben Skowronek out of the Rams out of LA. I feel like so Cooper Kupp is hurt already. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how serious it is, but it probably ain't that serious. It's probably a training camp thing. But he's been known to get a little nicked up. And so with Stafford like back to his health and stuff like that, I feel like they don't really have a lot of targets out there like that that are
I know where you're going.
Big guys. You know what I mean? So they have Demarcus Robinson, they got Tutu, and those guys haven't really proved to be anything consistent at all. But they got Puka Nacua. He just got drafted. We'll see about him. But I feel like Skowronek, he got hurt last year, and then like before he got hurt, like he was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like after Cooper Kupp got hurt last year, he was a pretty good wide receiver actually. You know what I'm saying? White guy, you know what I mean? Like filling that same role of that Cooper Kupp. So I feel like, he can definitely, the sky's the limit. Of course, that's contingent on Matt Stafford's, health to like keep that offense flowing. But I like Skowronek. I like him as a deep sleeper. And I feel like he can work in tandem even with Cooper Kupp. I feel like he can be up to that number 2. Especially with Robinson going to Pittsburgh now. So I feel like he can definitely step up and be a deep sleeper.
I think he's got to catch the ball too, though. Last year he had a lot of drops.
Oh, yeah. Got to focus. He got a lot of targets. Yeah, what was it? So he got 39 catches, 61 targets. So yeah, that's but who was throwing to him a lot of that time too? You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see about that one.
Very true. Yeah, you can make an impact, man. Him, Van Jefferson. I think they got Tutu as well. So we'll see who steps up and leads that ragtag bunch.
Definitely.
Stack City, who you got for us?
All right, can I? All right, hold on. Let me see how I want to intro this. So first, I went with a wide receiver who's also a rookie. So I got a rookie in there. Then I went with a running back. 3rd year, so semi-experienced running back. So I'll keep switching positions. Starting quarterback be a deep sleeper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Maybe not as far as how much he's rostered, because I don't know how much he is or isn't rostered. I guess it really depends on the format of your league. Yeah, it depends on the format of your league. But as far as expectations are concerned, my deep sleeper for QB is my boy Sam Howell. I'm going Sam Howell, QB deep sleeper. You know what I mean? The savior for the I'm about to say the Redskins, the Commanders, savior. You know what I mean? I know Friday might have some pushback to that. But
actually, I know that's not one I got pushback on. That's one that I'm hopeful for. I just don't know if it'll pan out. I mean, being a quarterback in the NFL is hard, man. I think what you look for is a guy. And like if he can galvanize like if he's a big play guy, but makes him like in my opinion, Taylor Heineke was a guy who wasn't as efficient as he could be, but he would always make that big play on 3rd and 4. He would make like a 3rd and 21 play. And I think of Sam Howell.
I think that's what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna have the big play potential. I think he's gonna have the efficiency. And I think he's going to galvanize the troops. You know what I mean? These guys have already shown a lot of confidence in him. If you by his receivers and the skill position guys for the Commanders, they already have like a lot of confidence in him, in his arm talent. And they speak of his cannon and his accuracy and his decision making. And how
people forget that Sam Howell. People forget that Sam Howell before that year, his junior year before he came out, like he was projected to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah. And
wow.
Yeah, you know that it was between him and the guy that's still at South Carolina, Spencer Ratliff.
It was between after that year, like his last year at Carolina, he lost all his weapons. He lost a lot of weapons.
Yeah, he did. And
he lost the running backs. I remember he lost his running game, right?
Yeah, he lost all the guys who went to the Jets.
And he lost Diami Brown, who's now with the Commanders also. Who had a good year that year. So he lost a lot of weapons, and he didn't look as good. But he spent a year, as the 3rd string guy last year behind Wentz and Heineke, learning the system, tweaking his throwing motion, learning the plays, and just getting better at being a pro. Yeah. And I think he'll be ready to go this year. I think he'll be a top half quarterback like top 15 QB this
Oh
year.
wow, that's
Yeah.
Okay,
I got top 15 QB this year. And if you're in a dynasty league and he's still sitting on the waivers, definitely go ahead and get him.
Oh yeah. Let me just say, I like him for fantasy too. Like just that rushing. He seemed like he know when to take off. You know, especially our last game against the Cowboys that he played. He seemed like he know when to take off. So he got some wheels on him too. So that's always a plus for fantasy.
Yeah, and like that Cowboys game like opened some eyes. Now can he be consistent?
For me, definitely for me.
Can he be consistent? You know what I mean? Like, can he do that? Can he make the next step? Can he make the next step up and be consistent? I think he can be efficient. I think he can make the big plays. I think he can galvanize the boys, the troops. I mean, so, and I think the Commanders have a lot of weapons too. Like, I think they're updated as far as the amount of weapons they have. You know what I mean? So, like, I like them. You know what I mean? They got McLaurin, they got Dodson, they got Curtis Samuel, they got Diami Brown, they got Gibson, they got Brian Robinson. They've done a little better with their O-line, you know, and we already know that defense gonna be ready to go.
The D-line, the Alabama D-line.
Yeah, so
they got some pieces.
I think he's set up for success.
Yeah,
you know, and they got Eric Bieniemy. They got a new offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like I don't trust Riverboat Ron running the place. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they got
that's defense.
Yeah, I'm glad they went out and got an offensive minded coach. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, I agree, man. I've been buying Sam Howell's cards all offseason, man. I've been believing in him, but I will say that Ron Rivera, he still hasn't shut the door on Brissett, man. And you know, even
with his comments today.
What's that? Yeah, all offseason today in particular. Yeah. It's like don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on Brissett.
Oh, Brissett is solid. That's a solid backup right there. That's somebody you want on your team either way. You know what I'm saying?
That's solid veteran leadership. I really don't know why he made the comment, why he's been making the comments, especially the comment he made today.
What did he say? I didn't hear it.
He was like,
like he been doing that ever since like
all offseason.
He been doing that for a long time, and really that's why he needs to not be a coach anymore. Like
didn't he basically say don't sleep on Brissett?
Yeah, he said that's basically what he said.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it sparked questions like who should be the Commander's starting quarterback week one.
Okay,
right.
I got you.
Even
it's just probably that veteran stuff though.
Yeah.
But like, why would you even call media like that in the mind of your first year starter?
Exactly.
Exactly.
If
he wanted to do that, I feel like he should have left that door open from the beginning, because they basically said Howell was the starter like 3 or 4 months ago. They didn't even really have to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they probably should have just left that door open, you know, from the jump. You know what I mean?
I don't think you make a comment like that without a reason. You just don't know what the reason was.
Right.
Yeah. That's the defensive coach stuff, man.
Right.
He ain't using his brain, man. But yeah, like
anyway, I got Sam Howell as my third deep sleeper. We keep it going. What we doing? We ended it with 3.
Yeah. We can stop with 3. You guys
the people got between 4 of us. The people got a good 12. They got a good 12 deep sleepers.
Right.
Yeah. Some good ones too. Some very good ones. Very good ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if y'all got others, y'all can just fire them off or something like that. If you want to get them off, but we're gonna end it here.
Are you thinking we move the needle like the fantasy show too?
Say that one more time.
We sticking with move the needle with the fantasy show too?
Yeah, I kind of like it, but I kind of want to add something like fantasy, like add the word fantasy in it, so people know that it's like fantasy related. You know what I'm saying? Kind of makes it easy to like search up too. So, but yeah, we can definitely brainstorm some stuff for sure.
Put some suggestions in the comments, man. How do people put the suggestions in the comments?
Yeah,
like, subscribe, share, right? Like, subscribe, and share.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. You know, we try to put out, you know, at least three shows a week, man. Three lives a week, man. So,
right,
yeah, man. Well, if you guys don't have any final thoughts, I'm gonna put this lineup in, kick back, put the little man. Actually, hold on, remember I'm gonna put this lineup in, put the little man to sleep, and then kick back and watch this game.
Do you have can we do like a recap? Did you already do a recap? Maybe I'm tripping.
I did not.
So you went like all 12 listed again? So,
Right.
Okay, like we can go through each of us say out what our 3 is, something like that.
Yeah. We can do it like that.
Yeah, go ahead and start this off.
Oh, mine, I had a rookie wide receiver, T. Perry,
Mhm.
a third-year running back, Kene Nwangu,
Mhm.
and for my deep sleeper at QB, I had Sam Howell.
Somehow. Who'd you have, Steve?
I had John Mechie for my first one, wide receiver, Houston Texans, Malik Davis, Dallas Cowboys running back, and then Ben Skowronek, wide receiver for the Rams. Last
Nice. Who were your 3, Bob?
I had my guy. I had DJ Shark. I had Deuce Vaughn, and I forget who my first one was now.
The first one.
Elijah Moore.
Yeah,
Elijah. Oh yeah.
Elijah Moore.
Yeah. All good ones. All good ones. I really like Elijah. And my 3, I had Trey McBride, tight end for the Cardinals, wide receiver Marquez Callaway, Denver Broncos, and wide receiver Trent Sherfield, wide receiver Buffalo Bills. And that one's probably my favorite one. Don't you guys go try to pick him up anywhere?
I ain't even know that dude played with the Bills. And he was who he played. He played with the Niners, right?
He played with the Dolphins and the Niners. Yep. Mhm.
Dolphins and Niners. Okay. Yeah.
We got the formations covered. We got some deep sleepers. We got some semi-known sleepers.
Yeah.
Right.
Well-known sleepers. We got it covered, man.
Yeah, it's good.
In there.
It's good. Yeah.
Hey, this might be episode 2 with the fantasy, but I think we're gonna be a fast rising fantasy go-to champ.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like, subscribe and share, and then what you supposed to do, Bob?
Like, share, subscribe. Yeah.
share.
Yeah.
Hit that like button.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
Go.
sure. All right, well, if you guys don't got anything else, catch you guys on the next show.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Right.